The next question is, well, how can I help you? Or why are you coming to me to help you with your business? And it's like, because I don't know where to go. Like I'm stuck. I feel like I'm treading water. Alrighty, hello and welcome to another episode of the Ignite podcast. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Josh Stone. I am the founder of Ignite Coaching. I'm a civil engineer by background, but I've built my coaching business around helping business owners of engineering consultancies grow to 5 million, from 5 million to 10 million, and then 10 million and beyond in terms of revenue. So I love what I get to do every single day. Okay, team, what I want to talk to you about in today's podcast episode is a lot of conversations I'm having with my clients in my boardroom program at the moment about why it's important to plan for your exit now. So what do I mean by that? So we, as business owners, we started this journey for whatever reason. Usually for me and my clients and my experience in the industry, it comes down to one of two things. One, you couldn't get the experience that you wanted in a corporate or working for someone else. So you decided to start up your own thing to get the experience, to do the kind of work that you wanted to do, and, to experience that sort of passion and purpose piece. The other thing is you recognize you could make way more money working for yourself, running your own business. And so you decided to do that. What I'm seeing though is a lot of people just kind of go, we're just going to set up this thing. I'm going to set up this thing. They get a couple of directors together, a couple of business partners together, and I might be talking to them 3 years into the journey, 5 years into the journey, 10 years into the journey. And one of kind of the key questions I ask my clients before we start working together is, well, what's your plan for the business? Are you building this thing to sell? Are you building it to, you want to grow that next sort of generation of shareholders coming through and eventually sell down your share ownership to them so you can exit the business? Are you more of a lifestyle kind of business where maybe you kind of build this thing, you put a management team in place, a CEO, that kind of thing? Maybe you're still doing 10, 15, 20 hours in business, but essentially, it's more of a lifestyle where you don't get involved in the day-to-day, but obviously you reap the benefits. And like, I gotta be honest with you, 8 out of 10 times, I just get crickets to that answer, which is, I just haven't thought about that, Josh. I have no idea. Like, I kind of just started this thing and I'm into this journey and I'm talking to you because I need some help, but I've got no idea what my exit strategy is. And so I kind of want to cover that in today's episode to hopefully help a few of you start to, one, think about it, but maybe two, out of today's episode, get some clarity around where you're going and why. Because like I said, too many business owners either don't plan for their exit at all because they're like, I'm young, I'm like mid-30s, I'm late 20s, I'm in my 40s or even 50s. And they're like, I've still got 10, 15, 20 years worth of work ahead of me. And I'm like, I totally get that. I'm not saying that, you are going to exit tomorrow, but what I want to cover today is why it's so important to plan for it now. Because like I said, so many people leave it too late and they get to the point where there's a health crisis, a health scare, there's, an issue in the family, maybe your husband or wife gets cancer, and all of a sudden, or you just get to close to retirement age and you're like, what am I doing here? And you just get to the point where you've left it too late to set your business up properly to exit it. And what ends up happening, sadly, is that either you just decide one day, you walk out, you turn the lights off and you don't come back and you get nothing for your business, or you go through this rush process of trying to sell it with 2 years left on the clock or, some kind of crazy time frame, and you haven't left yourself enough time to put all the things in place that you need to get the maximum value for your business. And it ends up becoming a bit of a fire sale. Maybe you get a couple of $100,000 for it, but that's not enough to retire, or that's not enough to kind of set yourself and your family up properly. So it is so important when you start your business, or as you work out that this is a viable business, this is working, I'm making some good money here, you need to plan for your exit. You need to plan for it now. And I'll go through why in today's podcast episode. But probably the first thing is, you really need to get serious about connecting to, because of all the things I've just covered. If you have to fire sale your business, or if there is a sickness in a family and you can't work anymore, or you can't work to the same capacity, or you've got to take heaps of time off to care for a family member, that's when it's too late to be thinking about, all the things that we're going to cover today. So I want you to connect to your family. I want you to connect to your, sort of the end vision for your business. what would you like to sell it for? Like, what would be a great, amount of money to get for the sale of your business? Or, do you want to sell that next generation of shareholders? I want you to start to think about these things now, because they inform all of the decisions that you're going to make as you move forward. So yeah, maybe even just now, kind of pause the episode and just, or as I'm kind of talking, what's your end vision for this thing? Do you want to sell it for a whole bunch of money? Do you want to merge with another company and work with another bunch of inspired directors in a similar space to you? Do you want to eventually sell to a big corporate and do the 2 or 3 years of golden handcuffs, as I call them, with a bit of an incentive model in place, and then kind of go and do another thing? Do you just, do you want it, like I said, a bit of a lifestyle business where you just got a management team in place, you come in for, shareholders meetings, but you're not involved in the day-to-day? Like, actually stop and kind of think about what you want things to look like when it's time for you to retire or move out of the business. Or maybe you want to just, go hard for the next 5 or 10 years, make some good money, and then use that money to go and, pursue other endeavors, real estate investment, or, whatever is important to you. To just kind of pause or slow down and think about that now, and what's meaningful and what would work for you, your family, and your lifestyle. And then once you're kind of clear on that, like, I find that clarity helps you get, and I talk to my clients a lot about their North Star. And it might sound a bit woo-woo, a bit kind of weird, but your North Star in your business is so important, because even if you're clear on where you're going in 5 years' time, or 10 years' time, or 15 or 20 years' time, it means that the decisions that you have to make today and tomorrow, and when you're setting up your business planning for the next 12 months, when you're working out your quarterly goals, and when you're working out your right next thing, you have that North Star to kind of compare it to, in the sense of, does this decision in front of me, or does this thing that I'm thinking about doing, take me towards my North Star and my vision for my business, or does it take me away? And having that North Star and your exit strategy means that your decision-making power and your decision-making ability just goes through the roof, in terms of, when you're clear on where you're going, it means you can easily say yes and no to things as they crop up over the course of the day, because it's just that simple question: does this take me closer towards my vision, or does it take me further away? And it just means that you can make decisions so much more quickly, more clearly, and it means that you're not treading water. So like I said, those business owners who have sort of come to me for help, and they're like, I haven't thought about that at all. The next question is, well, how can I help you? Or why are you coming to me to help you with your business? And it's like, because I don't know where to go. Like, I'm stuck. I feel like I'm treading water. I've got the same problems that I had 12 months ago or 24 months ago, and I feel overwhelmed with all the things that I need to do. And it's because, and that is a byproduct, that's just what I call treading water. You just kind of, you turn up, you do the day-to-day, you're quite reactive to your clients' needs, your team's needs. You don't really know where you're going, but you just kind of are figuring it out and making your way through. That's treading water, as opposed because you're rudderless and you don't know where you're going, and you don't have a North Star to bounce, your ideas off in terms of where you're taking things. As opposed to, if you're clear on your North Star, if you know what your exit strategy is, you can start to put all those things in place. You can make decisions quickly. You know that if your 10-year plan is to exit the business completely, well, you know that you need a leadership team in place. You know that you need a CFO, and you need a CEO, and you've got all these key roles that if you want to exit the business, that you've got to put in place. And you know that to get the value for your business that you want, if you were to sell it, you've done the revenue modeling, and you know the number of staff that you need, and the number of types of A-grade clients that you need to get you there to that sale value. That North Star guides so many decisions along the way. And then you can go, okay, over the next 90 days, I'm going to do these 3 things that then get me closer to my vision. Over the next 12 months, I want an extra 5 clients, and I need an extra 10 staff, and I need to hire my CFO, or I need to hire the head of HR. Like, can you kind of see that, like, the clearer you are on your vision and your exit strategy and your North Star for your business just allows you to systematically and routinely check off those things and those steps that are going to get you there, as opposed to no clarity, no exit strategy, you're just treading water. And like I said, you may end up in that boat where you've got illness in the family, you've got sickness, you've got 2 years left to retirement, and it's just a fire sale or you get nothing for your business. As opposed to being strategic now means that you can honestly set yourself, your family, and future generations of your family up so much better. So that's what I want to kind of cover in today's episode. It's so important to plan for your exit now. Even if you've got 20 years of amazing work and health ahead of you, you need to plan for it now. Know where you're going. I'm going to record another episode on, the sort of things that you can do to kind of get more for your business if you do plan on selling it or selling to that next generation of shareholders. But please pause the episode, or after this episode finishes, stop, think about your exit strategy now, write it down, get clear on it, and use that as your North Star to guide all your decisions, your business planning, and all the things that you need to do on a day-to-day basis. And I guarantee that if you pop your head up in 12 months' time, 2 years' time, you'll be so much further along towards that vision than you were if you're just a person treading water and you've got no idea where you're going. Okay. Hopefully that helps. I love helping my clients with this sort of stuff. So if you like some help growing your business even faster, please don't hesitate to reach out, message, email, phone call, and let's have a chat about how I can help you build your business even quicker. Okay, team, that's it for me today.